Hello everyone. Today we are going to complete a very hardcore and practical project together. In industrial automation inspection or intelligent monitoring, the equipment needs to be sensed by the environment and automatically records images at critical moments. Today we'll take photos with a 无法保切布、尾巴布、锐膏 and a 吸气 SD card. These two sections are connected together. The process is divided into two phases. I will guide everyone from the basics of simulating new account to the advanced path. Imagine the head simulating fast dynamic core image storage. Get your board ready. Let's get started now. First, let's look at the results of the first phase. You can see that our Kawaguchi directly outputs the current brightness value. When I used my hand to block the bright sky group, when my environment darkens, the value immediately drops and the voltage drops. But if my hand is once opened, you can see the numbers quickly recover. The equipment successfully saw our light and shadow generation. The return system body of this phenomenon is our voltage divider. The organization of light and shadow groups decreases as the light intensity increases. We connected it to a regular electrical unit and recorded circuit. ESP32 can independently capture voltage changes between their nodes to assess the intensity of external light. This is a very basic one, but in the midst of the environmental chaos, an extremely effective analog signal acquisition process. Next, I will explain our wiring process. The wiring this time is very simple. We need a bright electric group, a standard power unit that realizes the European powertrain, breadboard, development board on January 3, and the gradient light. First, our bright electric group. He entered the bread bowl. With one end silver horn, connected by port 35 from the development version of our ESP3. Third, move. The power group is connected to our secondary silver horn and forms a series of connections with knowledge. Another silver corner with a bread bowl for the electric group. Power supply phenomenon connected, passing through the square line. Connected to the power supply phenomenon of the USP30R development version. Bring another angle to the light of God. Currently connected to the USP30R development version's Earth collection. Alright, this time it's almost over. Now I will lead everyone. Introducing our Damalu Street. This part of the horse is very capable. The core is all ours, and the spiral is very tree-like. The ESP30R is equipped with a powerful analog-to-digital converter inside. It's our ADC. It will put 零第三飞 on our engine, refined to the numbers 零离4天流9物. We will use this as a number. Print out this number and add an extreme Yanxi research number. Can continuously build high-frequency light into our light. Now, let's get to bed with our code. Once a little is done, let's open the river port and connect the tester. You can see that our data fluctuates very regularly. Open the physical item. Everyone should pay close attention to the changes in our Kawaguchi. Now, I will block our light with my hand table. The power group can see the values gradually decreasing. The encirclement gradually diminished the situation. Let go. The first phase of measures was completed perfectly. With perception capability, we need to enter the second stage, the graph to material set. Let's look at our set with SB32R. When I remembered the instructions to start, the highlights on the board will be as above. And when I am here, I feel our vocal notes will show the success of Haupeishi. Next, let's safely switch to electricity. After the battery out, I took out our SD card. Insert an SD card using our multi-card processor. Plug into our computer. You can see ours The SD card has already been stored in the photos we just took. So G clicked on a high-definition photo. Successful and filming. Now let's talk about his worker strengths. We expanded our support to SD cards, integrated our new store for social marketing. He uses the DVD digital video port structure. Compare the speed of our same term. Data high-speed group gave us ESP3. At the same time, our ESP3 utilizes internal SD and MFC. External hardware uses high-speed seed lines to transform our external image gains. GVN format is directly loaded into our SD card. This data flow method is highly efficient. There are many visual inspectors on the sidewalk that you have fallen into. Next, I will continue to guide everyone through the wiring process. First, we put our SD card together. Insert into our card escape. Hearing the word K-code student, SD 开锁带的. The second step is to imagine placing our head. Q is covered. Q is for the SPS-R development version. Insert a question. Make sure the black cable is tightly fastened and the frequency is pressed. Step 3. You can see our card slot. It is a pre-SDIO mode. And the wiring on our right side. First, connect with the local WCC. Connect our SPC-R power supply. The power supply must be certified at 33 VIL. Next is our geography of Ningkou. Connected to PR. S4 on our No 15 stamp. It's called a declaration. SDSMD. Connected to our number 14. Connected to the ground. Okay, wiring complete. Next, I'll continue talking about the Titan phone. First, we need to refer to the header file. This is the SPS-SAN, the one on the hand. Header files must be guided, and the header file for our S-First card. Next, in our site app content, there are two main points in truth. One is to configure us. Dozens of imaginary head cam angle parameters, and it floats into our contained numbers. We used our cameras to keep alive. The second is to release our ASD card, which is honest. It also serves as a file management system. The real photo action is this one. It will be like the loop of a single frame our camera wants to take. You can think of it as a slice of our camera's numbers. After receiving the photos, use this to see a GPG on Facebook. The file saves the data from the environmental zone onto the SD card. Finally, we must not forget, I used this memory for myself. Otherwise, after a few shots, the memory will be drained. Next, I will upload the code. Here's a reminder for everyone. When we upload business letters, we must include ours. After we finish firing, open the field. After firing is complete, we were connected to this. Students, you must be in a hurry. First, insert the SD card. This is what we just explained. Wiring in unison. Quickly reconnect the wire back to the remote machine stem. It is full furuncle. 2002第02日5单一虎，日5 15分日虎地逆时骨膈15 IPC rival CMD. Then he finished.
Now, we also keep clicking on our speed for a long time.
We can see that our camera has successfully captured it. Again, point.
Point.
Reference success sees us to speak honestly from the camera and successfully printed the document to save the entry prompt.
And we are in Greece.
You can see each person's next flash and the flash bottom. This photo of us has already landed. The second stage was also completed by Yuanma. Today, we distributed the photosensitive sensor and SD card for photography. Why are these two features discussed together? Because they use the Chinese style of the public salt in harmony. Customers can try a small challenge. Put both together. We brought Ma Long and Chen into a city. Write it as a logic. When the NRU's single curve light limit changes in distance, automatically call ours. ESP32 camera function. Take photos and keep them. This directly creates an automated assembly line. Object detection and dispatcher for the dark box. Or quarantine defense controls. Let's not be too excited. It's a curtain-like combination. Looking forward to your creative lead horses. See you next time.